Introduction. Foundations of modern diplomacy. The Treaty of Westphalia. Sovereignty and statehood. The Treaty of Westphalia, signed in 1648, marked the end of the 30 Years' War in Europe and established the concept of state sovereignty. This treaty laid the foundation for the modern international system by recognizing the authority of states to govern themselves without external interference. The principles of sovereignty and non-intervention remain central to international relations today. The Congress of Vienna. Balance of power. The Congress of Vienna, 1814 to 1815, aimed to restore stability in Europe after the Napoleonic Wars. It introduced the balance of power principle, which sought to prevent any single nation from becoming too dominant. This concept has influenced international diplomacy ever since, with countries often forming alliances to maintain a balance of power and prevent conflicts. The League of Nations, a precursor to global governance. Founded after World War I, the League of Nations was the first international organization aimed at maintaining world peace. Although it ultimately failed to prevent World War II, the League laid the groundwork for the United Nations, which continues to play a crucial role in global diplomacy, conflict resolution, and international cooperation. Cold War diplomacy, shaping the bipolar world. The Cold War era saw intense diplomatic efforts between the United States and the Soviet Union, leading to the formation of a bipolar world. Diplomacy during this period was characterized by negotiations, treaties, and proxy wars, all aimed at preventing direct conflict between the superpowers. The strategies and alliances formed during the Cold War still influence current international relations, particularly in regions like Eastern Europe and the Middle East. Decolonization and non-aligned movement. New voices in diplomacy. The mid-20th century decolonization process led to the emergence of new nations, particularly in Africa and Asia. The non-aligned movement, founded in 1961, allowed these newly independent states to assert their interests without aligning with either the US or the Soviet bloc. This movement emphasized the importance of sovereignty, self-determination, and the need for a more equitable international order, themes that continue to resonate in global diplomacy today. The European Union, a model of regional integration. The European Union, EU, is a product of post-World War II diplomacy, designed to promote economic cooperation and prevent future conflicts in Europe. The EU's model of regional integration has influenced other regions, encouraging cooperative approaches to economic and political challenges. The EU's diplomatic strategies, such as multilateral negotiations and consensus building, are now key elements in global diplomacy. The rise of multilateralism, strengthening global cooperation. The 20th century saw a shift towards multilateral diplomacy, where multiple countries work together to address global issues. Institutions like the United Nations, World Trade Organization, and International Monetary Fund have facilitated international cooperation on issues ranging from peacekeeping to economic stability. This multilateral approach continues to shape how countries address contemporary challenges like climate change, terrorism, and pandemics. Modern diplomacy and global challenges. Today's diplomacy is deeply influenced by historical precedents but faces new challenges, such as cyber warfare, global terrorism, and climate change. Historical diplomatic principles, such as dialogue, negotiation, and alliance building, remain essential as nations navigate these complex issues in an increasingly interconnected world. Conclusion. The enduring legacy of historical diplomacy. The impact of historical diplomacy on current international relations is profound. The principles, practices, and institutions developed through centuries of diplomatic efforts continue to guide how nations interact on the global stage. Understanding this legacy is crucial for navigating the complexities of modern international relations and building a more peaceful and cooperative world.